Right, folks, this video I'm going to review my Gigabyte RTX 2070 Super. Now, I have had this for 2 or 3 months now. Pretty darn happy with it. Currently is the best graphics card I have, at least until the RTX 2080 Super gets here. But things to know about it. One, should probably have at least 650 watts for power supply. I think they recommend 550, but I actually had a little bit of issue with 600. Of course, that depends on what CPU you've got. I had it paired with a i9, so drawing a little more power. And if you want to overclock, definitely shoot towards 650 or higher. So GPU connectors you're going to need for your power supply. You'll need a 6+8. This is 3-fan model, and let's go ahead and turn it on so you can hear it. Of course, it'll take a little bit till it warms up for the fans to actually kick in, but so they're all spinning. It's relatively quiet actually. At least when you're not gaming, it's pretty quiet. Now, let's talk gaming. It made a pretty good improvement over my RTX 2070. I've had 1660 Ti, RX 5700 XT, RX 5700, 1070, 1080, blah blah, tons of them. So 4K gaming wise, obviously out of those cards, it was the best one. Decent amount of games out there that you can play 60 FPS or higher at 4K. It's really a 1440p ultra monster. Some 4K games, it can't quite handle, but definitely I recommend this if you want to go all balls out on your 1440p. 4K, depending on the game, or if you're willing to cut back from ultra down to high or even medium. No problems with it playing Fortnite, obviously. Now, things to know though, don't pair this with an i3, don't pair it with an i3 9350KF. Definitely start at about i5 9600K or Ryzen 5. Personally, I would recommend i7 8700K or i7 9700K. Or Ryzen 7, Ryzen 8, but I think the bottleneck calculators give this pretty good numbers with the i5 and the Ryzen 5. So I have only noticed issues with it with the bottlenecking issue paired with an i3. So I think otherwise, pretty good. Now, it does get a little warm, but overall, it's usually stays relatively cool due to the fans. So now, price on this guy was $500, okay, plus tax, and I got it through let's see, who did I buy it through? I got it through Newegg, if I remember correctly, online, actually through eBay, the Newegg store on eBay. So $500. I thought it was a heck of a deal for what I'm getting from it. I had a RTX 2070, and that was a pretty good card too. This is a slight step up. Now for video editing, honestly, there was really no difference between RTX 2070 and 2070 Super. It's just in the video game aspect. In some video games, slight improvement over the 2070. Otherwise, they were pretty close. And would I recommend this? I would definitely recommend this graphics card. I would recommend it new for $500 for sure. If you're ready to get it used, I would say things worth at least $425, $450. Paired with a NVMe M.2, this thing rocks. So it's a superstar. Now, how much better is getting an RTX 2080 Super? It's probably going to only be about 10% performance in games, which, depending on the game, the resolution, it may or may not feel like much anything, right? If you're playing Fortnite, 1080p, it's not really going to make a difference. If you're doing 1440p, slight difference. If you're doing 4K, yeah, it'll start to be noticeable. Improvements over this in the RTX 2080, this is pretty much the same thing as an RTX 2080 performance-wise. So there you have it, folks. The only other thing we didn't talk about is what's on the back. No, this is only a HDMI and 3 display ports, so you can run multiple monitors, which I've done. And so yeah, multiple monitors. At the house, I have ran 3 4K monitors, which I thought was amazing. I don't remember how much the resolution dropped or the FPS, but the fact that it can do it, I thought was pretty darn impressive. So there you go, folks. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.